This week, we continued to explore more Web 2.0 applications that we can use in the classroom. One of the websites I looked at was the forteachers.org. I wasn't a huge fan of this site because I didn't like the way the site was set up. I thought it looked kind of outdated and just really needed a facelift. But there were some tools in it, especially links to Quizstar, which helps you create online quizzes with multimedia, which I think makes it more interesting and easier to remember for the student, and Classroom Architect, because I think that the design of a classroom is an important learning tool as well. I also like that there is a link for integrating technology and technology assessment. I really love the idea of using technology in the classroom, but want to make sure that that use is actually achieving those positive outcomes. There's also a link to some educational games online, and I think that's nice to find those because there are so many games and sites out there that say they're educational, but it's nice to have one that's actually vetted and you can trust it. The Kathy Shirok's website has a lot of information. There's a ton of links on there to just a variety of information. I was really interested in the tech gadgets for use. I had never thought about the possibility of using Alexa in the classroom or even a Nintendo Wii other than just for fun. But I can see how it can definitely come in handy and can help your students identify better with the information. There is also a large section on iPads in the classroom. When I worked for Boys and Girls Club and we worked with the school, we use iPads a lot because a lot of schools now give the students iPads to use to do their work on. So I think it's good to find those good apps and good ways to use those iPads in the classroom. The next one, then she also offers a bunch of workshops that can help you learn how to integrate technology, because sometimes it's a lot different just reading about it instead of hearing it from someone and really interacting in that way to figure out what you can do in your own classroom. When I was a kid, I was a huge fan of the Scholastic Book Fair in grade school, so I was really excited to explore their website. I liked a lot of on the list of the 25 best websites for teachers. I really like the Daily Starters idea because I think that kind of sets your whole tone for the rest of your day with kids, helps get them an interesting fact or something, helps them get started in their day. Best math games, because I personally don't like math, and I think sometimes in that kind of setting it's a lot easier to learn if it's in a fun game. And then they have a lot of lesson plans to connect you with books, and then a lot of lesson plans and units, and also a teaching blog that they have a variety of different teachers that correspond to different grades, and so they have a lot of great activities on there so the students can really participate in that active learning. Some apps that I found that I really enjoyed, Draw and Tell. So this one is students can draw something, tell a story about it, and they can share their creation. I think that that's really important for visual learners. And I personally sometimes can do better explaining an idea if I can draw it out. Instructables, I think, was a really interesting app also. It offers instructions for a bunch of DIY projects, so if you assign a project to a child, it can really, really help with them finding a unique and creative thing, and maybe they can, if they do well enough, you can also go back and you can upload your instructions and share your ideas if you think of a new project or something that you want to add on there. So it's a really collaborative environment. And then there's Schoology, which is basically like Facebook, but it would be only your classroom would be the only one that use it. So it'd be a great way to collaborate and to post links, post videos, show assignments on that page, just send out reminders. And that really, I think, also adds another dimension to the teacher-student relationship. Like Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, this week we delve further and down the rabbit hole into all the applications that are possible in Web 2.0. It's kind of a never-ending story, but I'm excited to learn about them.